Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep once again with the session on Forms, SharePoint, and PowerApps. I hope all of you are doing good and excited about today's session. Let's get started with today's session. But before that, once again, the same announcement that I did yesterday. Please do make some donations to PM Cares or any other organization or NGO of your choice, but do make donations. If you want to make the donations to PM Care website, the link is on the screen. You can go to that website pmcares.gov.in/en, or you can use this QR code to directly go to that particular website. So yesterday we learned about OneDrive, and this is the schedule for the coming next 13 days. Today is one day which is going on. So today we are going to be talking about SharePoint, Forms, and PowerApps. But before I get started with today's session, let me tell you how have I decided and how these schedules have been created. Yesterday I didn't have the slides, so I couldn't explain, but today I'm explaining this. First of all, when you talk about OneDrive, Teams, SharePoint, Forms, and Teams and Planner, first 3 days of session is completely focused on Office 365. These are all online tools with Office 365 E3 and E5 plans, E1, E3 and E5 plans. Then fourth day is on OneNote, which is nothing but note making application. Then we have Outlook, and then a very important thing, how do we do collaboration amongst all these applications and with our peers or superiors or subordinate. That means how can we be more productive with these applications that we have learned till day 6 on collaboration. From 7th day onwards, these are all applications which are installed on your system starting with Windows. There are a lot of features that we have in Windows that you do not know about, which can make you more productive, more efficient. Then Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, you're already comfortable with. You already must be knowing a lot more than I do in Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. But still, let me take you through certain things which you will learn in these two PowerPoint sessions. This is going to be the usual PowerPoint, and this is going to be how do you create videos using PowerPoint. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will definitely get to see a lot of videos that have been created using PowerPoint. I have edited a lot of videos. There is one video that I would definitely want you to look at is my journey to become a trainer. It's a humorous video that I've created, but it actually shows the phases that I've gone through. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find that video, which is my journey as a trainer. And that completely was done, edited in Microsoft PowerPoint. I have not used any other application. Then we have Excel. We have got many sessions on Excel. So MS Excel will be a basic session where we are going to learn about the basic stuff which you would have learned in any advanced Excel session, which may have happened in your organization. Then MS Excel Dynamic Arrays is a new feature with Office 365. Power Query is automation with Excel. That means you don't want to redo the work. Most of the work that we do in corporate is repetitive. So whatever work that we have done earlier, we are going to do the same work again for weekly, monthly reports. So Power Query is a solution to that. At times, we may have to handle huge amount of data. The data may run into lakhs of records. So let me tell you, I personally have worked with 7 crore records for an organization to build their report. Yeah. So understand 7 crore records managing in Excel, and Excel does not freeze. Yeah. So I'm going to show you these features with Excel, and we are going to learn some artificial intelligence driven features in Power BI. So if you are a novice who do not know about Power BI, who have never worked on Power BI, you can still be able to create stunning visualization reports with visualization, and that will be completely interactive. So this is the schedule for all 15 days. I'm sure you will love to attend all of them, but let's get going. So friends, those who would be interested in the recordings of these videos can go to this playlist. So I can understand this is a very fantastic playlist that you can remember. You cannot remember. So what will you do? Generally, you will take a picture of it so that you can go to this playlist later on. But I have a solution for you. If you are my subscriber on YouTube channel, you will find a video how to take a screenshot and convert get the text from it. Yeah. So there are a lot of examples that I have given over there, like converting entire screenshot into Word document, or adding the contacts to your mobile, or taking the picture like this and converting into text. You will find that video. Do find that video on my YouTube channel and learn from it. Otherwise, for your simplicity, I have created another URL, which is tinyurl.com/15-day webinar. You can even go to this URL and find this playlist. This is not the channel link, but this is the playlist that I've created. Today you will find only one video of one drive, but from tomorrow onwards, you will find all 15 days recording. So every day's recording will be uploaded onto this webinar, this YouTube playlist. Now, this is a brief information about me. I would request all of you to just go through it once so that you know who is training you. Okay, so I'll proceed further now. Let me make some announcements that this is going to be a one-way communication. I cannot hear what you speak. If you have any question, do use question Q&A section on your Teams window. At the bottom right corner, you will find the Q&A section. And at the end of this session, my colleague Prashant is going to give you a feedback link. Please give the feedback. Let me also request you one thing. Yesterday, many people have left without giving feedback, but there were many people who gave me the feedback, and few people as feedback I would just like to tell you. One person said that I was going a little fast. I'm sorry that I had to go a little fast because I have to cover a lot of topics and the time is limited. But don't worry, I am recording all these sessions, and all these recordings will be available to you post this session. You can watch this video at your own pace. Second thing, am I going to give you any notes? I'm sorry, notes will not be provided, but recording would be helpful to all of you. Third feedback was that it was actually appreciation come the feedback. That session was very useful, interactive, but the flow could have been better, so that I took it very positively. And yes, I do understand that at times what happens is the sequence based on the questions or the circumstances, we do miss sequence of topics or the flow, but today I'm going to take better care of that. Yeah, so these were the things, and thank you very much and happy learning to all of you. Okay, so friends, before I get started, let me go back to my web browser. Portal.office.com is our website. Once again, let me show you portal.office.com. That's the website that we are going to go again. Yeah. This is available to all Office 365 corporate users, and for the people, those who are using Office 365 personal account, they may not have this SharePoint if they are not using E3 license. First of all, we are going to start with forms, then go to SharePoint, and then go to PowerApps. Now, before I get started with this session, let me tell you what is SharePoint and PowerApps. Forms, everyone would know, like you must have used Google Forms. Similar to that, we have something called as Microsoft Forms. Yeah, you can create all different forms. But let me tell you one unique thing about SharePoint. SharePoint, as you read the name SharePoint, one single point source where you can share the data with your team, with your community members, with different people, and there are different ways, different features of sharing the data. Yeah. Then we have something called as PowerApp. So this is SharePoint and this is PowerApp. Now, what is PowerApp? You can create mobile applications using PowerApp. Now, don't think that I'm going to get into programming. I can convert a single Excel file into mobile application, which can be distributed amongst the team members, and when they fill the data on their mobile, you get it on your Excel sheet. Yeah. So this is how we can simply create mobile applications by just few clicks. So what I'm going to do, the flow is going to be, we have forms, we will collect the data in forms, we will have the Excel file, we may export that data into SharePoint, and we will create a Power application using the same form. Yeah. So there are different utilities that I'm going to talk about, but I will keep in mind that the session is going to be to the point, something that everyone is going to use and enjoy. Yeah. So first of all, there are a lot of use cases, the practical use cases that you can start using from right now onwards. So first thing that I am going to talk about is Microsoft Forms. Let me tell you, for corporate subscribers, there can be two different types of forms. One is Microsoft Forms and Microsoft Forms Pro. So the one that I have is Microsoft Forms Pro. And see, this 15 days session, this is the form that I've created, and I have done everything within this form. And from tomorrow onwards, today this is in testing. From tomorrow onwards, if anyone fills this form, automatically they are going to receive a response immediately. You need not have to wait for our emails to arrive at your mailbox. And you can see that there are 3,200 users so far have registered on this forms. Okay. So like I was talking about Forms and Forms Pro. So I am not going to talk about Forms Pro because not many users have the Forms Pro license. Sorry friends, I got a feedback right now that the screen size should be increased. Friends, I am working on the full screen size. On Teams, you will have a section. If you hover the mouse, you will receive a section where there will be 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, there is an option to show full screen. Maybe you have not done the full screen and that's the reason your screen size is smaller. Just move the mouse, you will get a screen where you mute yourself. I don't think you will have the option to mute yourself, but there will be a screen that will come to leave the meeting. Right next to that, there will be 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, you will get the option of full screen size. So if you do full screen size, you will be able to see the relevant resolution. Now, coming back to our Forms and Forms Pro. So there are two kinds of forms. One is quiz and one is form. So I'm going to quickly explain what is quiz and what is form, but I'm going to go ahead with normal basic form. I'm not working on Forms Pro. So I click on Forms and here I have my form. I can create my form, enter the description. This is going to be normal description. You can use these pictures. I click on the options here. What questions do I want to set? Let's say first name or just the name. Then let's say organization, right? And I click on add selected. So it has already predicted after name, do I want organization, email address and phone? Let's say I choose phone as well and I click on add selected. So automatically it has added these two things, right? Now let's say I use a choice email address, yeah, or else let me add email address on my own. I click on this and I type email ID. So I go to the next thing now, and now here I create a choice, gender. Yeah. Now gender, I will have man and women, or 2 genders, and here based on what a person enters, I would like to do the branching. The branching is something which is very important. I am going to create a form where if a person selects a man, he should get different options, and if the person selects woman, she gets different options. Yeah. So let's say for man, I choose the clothing. I create a tie, shirt, tie and shirt. Let it be, and one more pant, and add other options. So here the person can put anything. Similarly, I go to forms and I choose clothing. Here I select scarf, top, skirt, and other option. Okay. Now I select the option here. Sorry, let me not do that. I'm selecting the option here. Rating. What rating would they want to give to us? Yeah, so this is rating part, and There are different options that I can select which date have they come onto our website or our store, and there are some options here. So I'm going to verbally explain these options and you can try on your own, because I don't want to spend too much time on forms. So this is something which is Likert. Likert means this is going to be a two-dimensional table, as you see in the preview. On the left hand side, and there'll be something on top, and in between you will have the rating. Let's say I have a tabular structure where I in this tabular structure, what I have on the left hand side, I have products, and on the top I have rating. So I can quickly collect the ratings of different people. Here, let's say I would want certificates. There is a new joinee and I want that person to fill in this form along with their copy of certificate. So here I have file upload. Then we have net promoter score. Now what is this net promoter score? It is a kind of rating from 1 to 9 where a person can give you the rating. And these are different sections that a person can give. Now, this is our form. But what I want at the moment, what happens is this form looks like this. Yeah. So if I click on gender, then clothing, it comes twice. I don't want the form to be like this. So what I do quickly is, when I talk about gender, yeah, there I select branching, add branching. You see this option? When I click on add branching, what I want, when it is man, it should go to question number 6, which is clothing for man. If it is woman, it should go to question number 7. See how simple is it to do branching. Now here also we need to do the branching, because what happened after the, let's say this is a man, he clicks on man, he comes here, and after he selects, he should not get to go to the women's clothing section. So here what I'll do, I'll again select section here. So this is, so that person should directly go to question number 8. So I select question number 8. All these things should be directed to question number 8. So that is nothing but jumping over a particular question. Yeah. So I go to question 8. Yeah. Now here, after this, I am naturally going to land over here. So I am not going to do branching for this. So this is normal for me. And this is the form. So let me preview the form. See here, name, organization, phone. After gender, nothing is visible. I select man and see, nothing is visible. I select woman and that man's clothing are not visible, right? So this is how we do branching. And there are other options like making it compulsory questions and so on and so forth that you can try, multiple answer and all these options, right? Now let me show you something. When I go to share, we have different share options. So I can click on this particular copy and share it with different people. I can also generate a QR code to fill this form or embed and these options. I can make it as a template and use it whenever I want to, or I can ask someone else to work with me. Yeah. So I want someone else to work on this form along with me. This will be my form, but that person has to come with me. So I can click on this link, whatever link that gets generated, I'll share it with someone within my organization, or I can select the privacy whether people in my organization can view and edit, or users with Office 365 work or school account can view or edit. So any person outside the organization can also choose it, but they have to have the specific license of Office 365. So I can copy this and share it with all the people. Yeah. So this is how I can click on share, and there are some settings that you can do. I click on settings and see here anyone with the link can respond. So if you are sending it to people who are outside the organization, like I had to share this form with you all, so I had selected this option, which is outside the organization. Then we have accept responses, of course, start date, end date that you can do. At the end, customize this message and get email notification for each response. That means this email notification will come to you, not to the end user. How do you send email notification? Maybe in future session we can do as if we have more time. Otherwise, I'll just tell you how to automate this form so that email responses can be sent to other user. I'll just tell you the feature and then you can browse more on that feature. Yeah. So this is the form that we have. This has got the branching and you can share. Once you go to that, there are some responses. So here you get the responses. So let me show you a different form right now so that I can also show you the responses. How does the responses look like? So I go to forms again. Okay. So yeah, one more thing I was to talk about the pro form. See here, the option is here. You can select whether the person has given the right email address or not. So email option is there, but that feature is there in the pro version, not in the normal version. So I go to the normal form, and in the normal form, so let's say this is nothing but association of trainers, the form that I had created. So 27 people have responded to it. This is how you get 27 responses. This is active, and I can generate some ideas on the insights. So I'll cover these ideas in Excel, not here, when we have the Excel training program. So here you get all the summary and important insights about the form. Okay, you can export this form in an Excel file and use it there. You can view the result online as well. So this is nothing but Microsoft Forms. See, I do understand that I've gone very fast with forms because I am assuming that you guys can figure it out. So I need not spend much time on this. Yeah. So now I quickly jump over to SharePoint. But before I jump over to SharePoint, let me take up few questions quickly. Yeah. How can we add company logo in this form? So it's very simple. You can come here and add company logo here. How can you explain the branching part? Okay, I'll quickly talk about the branching. Okay, branching part I'll explain, but Pradeep is asking, why do daily register for new course? You don't have to register if you have registered once. I have already given you this kind of schedule in email that you can click on the respective link and you can join the session. You don't have to register again and again. So I'll just quickly talk about branching part and I'll move on. See, this was the branching part. What we have to do here is I click here, go to this option and select add branching. When we do add branching here, you just have to select man. After selecting this, where should the person land? Which question should the person land to? So I select the question number. Then after selecting woman, what should be the next question? I'll select here. Then when we talk about clothing, see, man, when a person selects a man, comes here, but after this you should not see question number 7, should directly jump over to question number 8. So that's the reason I've selected all questions as question number 8. But after selecting woman, this form should directly jump over to skip question number 6 and jump over to 7. So that's the reason after clicking this, question number 7. Yeah. So question number 8, you can give the rating, and that's how you can do it. Just play with it. I'm sure you will be able to figure out how do we work with forms. Now, I'll spend good amount of time in SharePoint. So SharePoint, as you know, that we can create one single portal to share. What can be shared? Anything that exists within your company domain can be shared with your team members, with your friends, everyone. And let me tell you, it is my feeling, and I could be wrong with this, but see, first time when I heard SharePoint was in 2005, where Microsoft came up with Windows SharePoint Services. Then it became MSS, which is Microsoft SharePoint Services, right? Now, until 2010, 11 or 12, I could be wrong with the year again, 2010 and 11, Microsoft used to give on-premise SharePoint server. All these features that you're seeing, OneDrive or Excel, Word, PowerPoint or Dell, PowerApps, or calendar or forms or survey, everything was there within SharePoint. But people were not using it, and IT department also thought that this is not meant for the normal people, so they had restricted most of the features of SharePoint. Now, from 2013 onwards, what Microsoft did was they started bringing these applications out of SharePoint and created individual application. Yeah. So this SharePoint, this OneDrive used to be the SharePoint document library. Word, Excel, and PowerPoint were there. Notes are there. There's also a feature called as Yammer. That Yammer is there. Used to be there as an announcement. So there are a lot of things that you could have done with SharePoint earlier, but still SharePoint is has got a lot of features. So let's get into SharePoint. So first of all, when we go to SharePoint, this is something your SharePoint site would look like. Okay. Now, either your department would have created a SharePoint site for you, or you can create one. Now, what is a SharePoint site? You can say that this is your intranet website and your local website as well. What do you mean? What do I mean by intranet website? Let us say your IT department has created one global team site that everyone has to be a part of it, so that any announcement that happens, everyone will get the information about it. But IT department has also created one department-wise local team site. When I said department-wise team site, that means again, for that particular department, there'll be one team site, and everything that happens within that team site remains within that team. But you can now create subgroups as well using this team site, and then this site will be only for those set of people. Yeah. So you can say these subgroups as the groups of Facebook. You create one particular group, you can make it public or private. If it is private, only those people can interact with each other. Yeah. So let's go ahead and create site. You may or may not have this permission to create site. But let's say you have the permission. Most of the organization do give the permission to create site. So there could be a communication site. I'm not getting into that. Let me talk about simple team site. So I give the name as 15-day webinar, right? Now, when I talk about 15-day webinar here, this email address is very important. I can even send an email to this email address, and that data will get added to this particular team site. Yeah. So there are ways that we have to work it out. I'm not getting in the details of emailing thing. So this particular email is the email to this particular team site, and this particular URL is again a specific URL. So whenever I copy this URL and I paste it, I'll go to this particular team site. Now, privacy setting, I'm creating a public. I can create public or private. Now, let me tell you where public and private can be used. So let's say you're in a finance department. You have certain announcements to be done. So you create a public team site where everything that can be accessed by every other department, you will put those. You will create a public team site and put those documents in there. Let's say travel voucher format. So how should the travel voucher format be? You will create a template of travel voucher format and put it in the document section, where any person from the organization can go to your team site, find that travel voucher and fill the travel details in that. So likewise, anything that has to be announced, you can create a public group. You can even create a private group. Now this private means everything remains private within the team. That is self-sufficient. I need not explain further. I go to next, and here it is talking about additional owners. So additional owners, let's say I am creating Prashant as additional owner, and other people like Yogesh as member. Pradeep, there's one more account, Pradeep Chayal. I'll add that and I'll click finish. So additional owners, that means Prashant will have the rights to add and remove members, to allow the access to certain areas and deny the access to certain areas of this team site. So what we are doing is Yogesh and Pradeep Chayal are the members. So I click on finish. Yeah. Now this URL, I can use it anytime. Now since I have created this team site, everything that is happening on this team site will be accessible by these 4 people. All those 4 people can see what is happening in there. So this is my local page for these 4 members. Anything that has to be updated, I'll use this web page. So this is nothing but I've created my intranet website. Now, why would you need an intranet website? First of all, to manage the document which should remain within these 4 team members, or to update any particular information. So if you have something, you want to share something, you will come here and update it. Let us say we have created a form. Just now we have created this particular form. What I would want is everyone who comes, who is our team member, should fill this form. So what I'm going to do is quickly take that form. Anyways, I'll take this form and I'll use this URL. And what I'm going to do is I want over here this form to be embedded so that anyone who comes here should be able to fill this survey. So everything can be customized. Whatever you see here, quick links, your activity, your different things, everything can be customized. But what I'm going to do is I click on edit, and when I go to edit, right below the news here somewhere I would like to add this form. So I click on this plus sign. When I click on that plus sign, it is asking me different, these are nothing but these are called as web part. What do I want to add? So I'll have to select something that says form here. So this is Microsoft form that I found. I click on that Microsoft form and it is asking me new form or existing form. So I click on existing form. Now it is asking me simple address. So I have added the address of that form and now click OK. 1 second. It is working on that form. See, the entire form has come here. I click OK and I can get rid of the screen now. Yeah. So now this form is available. So whoever is my team member will directly come to this form as soon as they log into this particular intranet website. Okay. Now, this is not yet published. I have to republish. Yeah. At the moment, it is saved as a draft. See, save as draft. So user will still be able to see the older version of this page, and here this is a new version of this page. So I click on republish. So when I come to this, see here there is a form and other things have gone down. Yeah, this is nothing but the complete thing. So likewise, this is a simple form that I have created. I can create a Power BI report. I can add new pages. I can add document library. I can add plan. A lot of things can be done. You can just explore this page thing. You can create multiple pages also. Yeah. So far what I've done is I have created or edited a website without writing a single code. And I can, it's like Microsoft has given you multiple boxes. You will have to fill in the information on respective boxes. Yeah. So I repeat this simple thing once again. We have created a team site. This particular web page or other web pages that I am going to create will be limited to these 4 users. Yeah. There could be 40 or 400 users also depending on your requirement. Now, if I have to reach out to all those 400 users, I will generally what do? I create an email and send it across. That's the normal culture within an organization. But with SharePoint, you don't have to share email. See, most of the time what happens when you talk about HR sends you happy birthday email, but most of the people put it in junk. I have seen that or delete it directly. So those happy birthday email, nobody cares to go through or happy birthday is just an example. There could be other latest policy or there is some key information about COVID-19 that you want everyone to go through. But because of these everyday hassle, people might miss that email. What you can do is these are the places where you have stored the document. Now, I'm yet to talk about how do we manage the document, but I have to come to this website. So anything which is very important, I'll put it over here. You can use this particular team site or this web page as a notice board. Once you put everything on this, when a user comes to this site, they'll naturally look at the things that you want them to see and understand and focus on or pay attention to. And once that is done, they can do their regular task. Microsoft has created Office 365 from the perspective that people send too many emails which are completely unproductive. I'm going to take up few examples of productivity right now, but over here, when I talk about other productivity thing about common folder. So every organization has common folder. Yeah. If I talk about common folder in this particular team site, now why a common folder for a particular team? There are some common documents that needs to be accessed, which that team has kept in the common folder. Now what happens, that common folder is not accessible unless and until you go ahead and connect using VPN. And at times connecting the VPN would be challenging, or few organizations do not give access to common folder outside the company premises. So that is a challenge. So what I can do is, here there is something called as document library. When I talk about this document library, this is nothing but my documents folder that we have on our system. See, we have documents. It's not my documents anymore, it's just documents. So we can share documents over here. Yeah, there's a reason why Microsoft has renamed that to from my document to document. I'll explain that in Windows session. Now here, this is a document, common document. So this document library, whatever is saved in this particular document library, can be accessed by any person within the team. So I go to see all here. Yeah, when I go to see all, this is nothing but document library. So understand friends, this is the document library or the common folder on the cloud. Literally it is the common folder on the cloud. So let me quickly explain what is this common folder, and then we'll move on to PowerApps. Here I can add any particular document. So let's say I drag few documents here, Excel file, how to be safe online, ESAP format, and yeah, so these are the documents. See how simply I can drag and drop it onto this document library. Yeah, so I have dragged and dropped all these documents to this document library, and it's very useful. Yeah, as I said, this document library is for the entire team. Now when I talk about the document library, here we have all these documents on the cloud. So of course now everything I'm showing it on the browser, I cannot access them without internet connection. So that's a challenge for me right now. But I don't want this challenge, because otherwise what is the use? Common folders can be accessed without internet connection also. Yeah. Of course you stay within the LAN connection within the company premises. So I want to be able to access this document offline. So remember friends, yesterday we learned about OneDrive. The difference between OneDrive and document library is OneDrive is personal. It is under your discretion. But document library is for the team. It's not for individual. So everyone, as long as we don't modify the rights, everyone will have the same rights within the organization, within the team. So here, what I'm going to do is, this is the folder that we have. I'll click on sync. I would like to make this document library available offline. So I click on sync. When I click on sync, this is the same beautiful lady who came yesterday, came again today. I click on open Microsoft OneDrive. And when I click on Microsoft OneDrive, here this OneDrive comes, and let me show you something. I go to my Windows OneDrive. I go to Tech and Training Corporate Solutions Private Limited, and here is the folder which is 15-day webinar documents. So whatever documents that I have created over there is now available over here on my Windows system, but they are still online. So yesterday we learned about how do we make them offline. I come here and always keep on this device, and now these documents will be available to me offline as well. So let us say I want some document to be available to all my team members. See how simple is it? I come here. This is attendee list of all the training, yesterday's training. I come to OneDrive. This, do you see this icon has changed? So this is not a personal OneDrive, but for the team. So I come here, go to 15 days webinar, and I paste it here. So now this file, which attendee list that I have created, this file, let me see, can I find this file online? Okay, so it's not here. Let me refresh the screen. And when I refresh the screen, attendee list did not come here. Okay. Yeah, sorry, here it is. OneDrive attendee list. So I copied and pasted on my system. and I get it here. Let me now ask Prashant to come and show the screen. On his screen, how does this document library look like? Because see, Prashant has not done anything so far. So I'm stopping my screen share right now. Share Prashant's screen. So here is Prashant's screen. And where is SharePoint? Here it is, SharePoint. And see here, all sites. So it's not here. So let me say 15-day webinar. I search. Here is the SharePoint site. Now what Prashant, because I've added him, he would have received the email. Yeah, he did not need to go ahead and search like this. He would have received the email. So I'm not getting into the email. Now Prashant would like to come to this particular website often. So I click on following. Yeah. So now this website will be there on his SharePoint portal on the left hand side. Yeah. So let me go to exit search and refresh this browser. See all. And somewhere here, okay, anyways, there is a list. It should be available here. For some reason it is not there, but I'll have to find that out, but don't worry. Here Prashant can actually, I mean, all these four members have access to this team site and they can see this 15 days webinar. And here is the folder which Prashant had access to. See, I had uploaded OneDrive attendee list on all these documents. Even Prashant has access to, because I have made this document library as a team document library. Okay. So now let me come back to my system. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen right now, and understand that we have created this document library, and let me also share some more advantages of this library. This filter, I can click here filter, and I would like to see only PowerPoint file. See, I want to see only Excel file. I want to see Word file. Okay. Now, let us take another example. All these documents belong to different customers or different projects. Okay. In order to find out which project does this belong to, I'll have to actually click over there and find out which project does it belong to. What I can do, when a person is adding the document, I can see the name of the person who has added some document here. I create one more column, and I select single text and I name it as project and click save. Now when I do project name and click save, that means whoever adds a document, I have given clear instruction to my team members that they should fill this information also. Okay. At the moment, this field is not mandatory, but I can make it mandatory using permissions and certain settings. But I'm not making it mandatory. But whoever adds this document has to type the name of the project. So I go to quick edit, and here I am writing project A, project B, project A, and so on and so forth. So I click on quick edit and I come here. Now what happens when I filter, I just want to see the projects, A projects files. I click here and A project. Now here, this additional column that I have created is very useful. Let me also give you certain use cases of creating this particular additional column. Let us say we are into the sales team and our job is to give proposals to the team, to the customer. Yeah. So I am the sales manager, and under me there are some sales agents who go and give the proposals to the customer. So when they give the proposal to the customer, it is mandatory for them to share every proposal within the document library. We have created this mandate. And whenever they share a proposal, they also have to write type the quoted amount. We have a separate column, project amount or proposal amount, or proposal project name or project type, anything, any particular category. I can create as many columns as I want. So as a sales manager, I would like to find out how many of my agents have submitted the proposal which is more than 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees. What I can do, I can simply, I have a column which is proposal name. I can filter using this filter. Along with that, I have a specific project, let's say construction project. In the construction project, how much code have we given? So I have another column which is project name. I select construction or any other project. I can create different categories over here. That will help me to filter from the huge pile of documents. So filtering becomes easier, search becomes easier, then sharing becomes easier. That is the benefit of document library. So friends, this document library is very useful. Yeah. Now, since this is a SharePoint, I'll give you one more example. Okay. First use case is, let us say, when we talk about collecting the data, let's say I have my team members, they have to submit the data. Yeah. But what happens, every organization, it happens that if I have to collect the data from different people, I'll create one template in an Excel, share it with all my team members. Now all those team members will fill that template and send it back to me. But there'll be one smart guy who will change the template, who will add column or do something, and you as a person who is at the receiving end of that file has to correct his mistakes. So this is a common scenario that I've seen, that different people have to fill in their data and you have to collect the data. But this problem can be easily solved using the Excel sharing feature on OneDrive. So in OneDrive, we can share the file and everyone would enter their data and will get the single Excel file. So this problem can be very well managed there. But the problem with sharing the data on OneDrive is everyone is able to see others' data and everyone can change others' data also. And in Excel, it becomes untraceable. You can't trace who has done what changes. Yeah, we can real time see who is making the changes, but at the end, if you want to find out who has done what changes, it is not possible to find out. You can only see who has done the last change, but last change doesn't mean that specific change. So here, SharePoint has the solution to that. Let me show you how. I go ahead and I go back to my SharePoint site. And here I have 15 days webinar again. I'm coming back to that. I go here and click on new. After clicking on new, I click on new list. So I'm creating a new list, which is sales register, and I click create. Now since I'm creating the sales register, I click here and add some columns like name of salesman. And as you see that this list is ready, I can simply go ahead and click on quick edit to enter the data. So let's say Mr. Pradeep. When I'm done, I'll just click on exit quick edit. Now let's see how the other team members will look at this data. So I'm switching over to another account, and this account belongs to Harshita. Now here, I would like to see the sales register that I've created, which is here on my left pane. I click on that sales register and I come onto this list, and she can see that I have entered this data. She can also enter the data of hers. So I've added these two things. Now what I want here, Harshita should not be able to see others' data. In order to do that, I'll have to come back to my screen and I click on this icon and will select the option that says list settings. In list settings, I'll have to go to advanced settings, and here, do you see this option that says read access? I select read items that were created by the user. Now when I select this option and I'll go down, I click OK and I come back to my list. I go to sales register, and here I don't see any change. That is happening because I am the team owner. Let's go to Harshita's screen. I refresh the screen and now see she does not see others' data, but she can see only her data. Let's try one more thing. I add one more record. Quick edit. Now let's go to Harshita's screen And when she refreshes the screen, she again cannot see a new record. Yeah. Now, if she makes any changes, I'll be able to see those changes. Let's try that as well. Let me switch over to my account. I can see her data. But let's say I want Harshita to be able to see what I'm entering, but she should not be able to make any changes to that. Yeah. So I'll again go to the settings icon, go to list settings, and go to advanced settings. Here, I'll select that Harshita should be able to see all items, but she should only be able to create and edit items that are created by the user. User means which are created by her. So I have toggled this to read all items and selected this option to create items and edit items that were created by the user. After doing this change, I come back to OK, and when I'm back at that list, that is sales register, now Harshita can see what I have entered, but she cannot change. Let's say I try to edit this record, so I go to click quick edit and change this 30,000 to, let's say, 3,000. And now I'm clicking exit quick edit, and see it says just a second, you need to fix some problem. So even if I click on go ahead and fix them, it doesn't work. Yeah. But let's say I would like to change a record that is created by Harshita itself. So I'm making this 50,000 to just 5,000, and I click on quick edit. Now see, so she's able to edit her own records, but she's not able to edit any records that are created by me. So one last thing before I wrap up this video, let me tell you that this is the unique link that can be shared with every team member, and they will be able to use this link to enter their data. But you need to ensure that this link should only be sent to the people who are the members of this team site. Once that is done, you can simply click on export to Excel and export the entire data into the Excel file. So friends, I believe that this is going to be a game changer in collecting the data from different team members who belong to the same team. And you don't now need to send a template with an Excel file for them to fill up the data every now and then. I'll quickly move on to web application. How do we create application on the web? Let me create one Excel file here. And when I go to create Excel file, I'm just typing name, place, animal, thing. Okay. So I created this particular directory and I press enter. Sorry, control T. I'm making it as a table, and it says my table has headers. By the way, this table is a very useful feature in Excel. If you work in Excel, I would strongly recommend you to learn this feature. There's a video on my YouTube channel which will talk about this feature of how to work with table in Excel. So I have created this table. I'm just writing name, Pradeep, place, Mumbai, animal, thing, surface, laptop. Okay. So I've written this. Now what I want to do is I have a problem that my people travel a lot and I just want to collect some data from them. And to send me the data, they'll have to open the laptop and do a lot of stuff. But I want them to use their mobile application to share all this data with me. So what I'm going to do, I click on save, go to more save options, and I'll save it on my OneDrive. Okay, let me do it as mobile application. Okay, this is nothing but mobile application. I'm sharing it on my OneDrive. I save it. Now what I'm going to do is I will fill these information on the mobile application. So I go to my browser once again and use this PowerApps. When I click on that PowerApps, here I already have the option from SharePoint, from Excel Online, from Common Data Services. There are a lot of input things. So I say Excel Online. This is the most basic application that I'm creating, and I would like to get it on OneDrive for Business. Okay. Now here I will locate that file, which is mobile application, and that has a table which is table 1. So I click OK and connect. Now, how is this mobile application going to help me? I'll share it with all my team members. So do you see here, this mobile application is already here. It has got created. Now you would understand how easily I created an Excel file into a mobile application in just few clicks. Okay, let's try this. I click here and I type at Prashant, place Delhi, thing, iPhone. I click over here and see automatically it got saved. Yeah. Now let's come back to the Excel file that we have created. So here is the mobile application. See, Prashant, Delhi, cat, iPhone. Now this is a unique identifier. Ignore this. This is being used by PowerApps. But here automatically an ID got created. So understand, I created one Excel file, and here after creating that Excel file, I converted this into a mobile application. Now let me see if any of my friend or colleague can use this or not. I save it and name it as Excel to app. I save this. Okay. Now I would like to share this with someone. Let's say Prashant. I click on share. Now when I've shared it, what will happen? Prashant will get access to this mobile application. He will receive an email. Now, can I just take a look at your laptop? Okay. So here is the screen. Here is the mobile application. See here, as you can see, Excel to app that I have recently created is over here. So I click on Excel to app, and I'm going to fill in some data over here in this application. I say allow. Okay. So I click on add, and I'm writing horse, Sujit, Bangalore, mobile. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you this particular data on my file, whether does it get updated or not. So let me once again come to this particular screen, add an app, because I think I received some error. Refresh the file, because that file was open on my system, that Excel file, and that could be the reason why I am getting this error. Anyways, let me add something here. It should work. Yeah, sorry. That was the problem, because last time when I was practicing this, this was actually created on the SharePoint site, I generally show this example using SharePoint, but today we had a little less time, so I created over here. So see, I create horse. What I did, see, the problem was Prashant didn't have access to that file. The moment I shared that file using OneDrive, it started working. Is Pune thing phone. Okay, I click here and see, now the data is getting saved. So the data has got saved here, and I will now switch over to my system and see here. Yeah. Now here is the Excel file, which is mobile application. This is the one. See here, Prasad Pune horse phone. Yeah. So friends, I did one mistake. Generally, I show this feature on a common document library, and that's the reason the files access is given to all. And this time the file was there on my OneDrive, and that's the reason since I didn't give him the rights, he was not able to access that file, and that's the reason he was not able to enter this data. So here, what we can do is we can create, so here the data need not be open as Excel file. It can be some other file where the data access can be restricted, but the application access can be given. This Power App is a very detailed feature wherein people who want specific sophisticated application to be created, you can get in touch with some developer and create sophisticated app. Let me tell you, with one of the organization, we have created this mobile application, because creating a mobile application otherwise can be very costly. So for them, that was a transport company, and they wanted their drivers to have a simple mobile application wherein the moment they start their lorry in the morning, they have to click the picture of the odometer and feed the data as in who is driving that vehicle, what is the source, what is the destination, what is the good. All those data along with the picture of that odometer has to be sent across to the central server. Yeah. So that kind of application we have created for an organization, and it is still working fine. So likewise, we can create lot of applications just by using Excel to Power Apps. So friends, we have done a lot of features, like we have created forms. We used SharePoint. I wanted to actually show you a feature also from forms to SharePoint, but here it may not be possible right now. So I'm going to create a video and I'm going to share that thing with you, because generally in my training program, there are a lot of use cases that we talk about when it comes to SharePoint, forms, and Power Apps. All these three things can be well integrated with each other and created. Yeah. So before I wrap up this session, friends, I'm going to ask Prashant to share the feedback survey link. I would appreciate if you could fill up the feedback survey. And now I'm going to take up certain questions, and meanwhile, you can either subscribe to my channel or leave a comment on LinkedIn. Yeah. While you're filling up the feedback form and I'm taking up the questions, Prashant is sharing the feedback forms. I'm sure people, you've got to learn new things and new areas that you have explored today. These features are generally used within an organization. All these features, except forms, all these features are to be used within a team or with peers. These are not the features which individuals can use. Of course, if you have the individual licenses, you can do a lot of things. But again, SharePoint is very restrictive when it comes to data sharing and all. So if you have to share outside the organization, you have to use explicit permissions to share the data. Because recently we are creating a survey, and that survey is not on forms for some restriction, and people from any organization should be able to fill that survey, and it should generate the insights. Yeah. So because we have to generate the insights on real time basis, we did not choose forms, we chose survey in SharePoint, and there we are facing a lot of challenges in sharing the data. Yeah. So somehow we have overcome, because there is a unique feature in SharePoint which is called as permissions. Let me take up few questions now. Okay, how can we do version control view commit from each member on SharePoint. That's a very useful thing that can be done on the document library settings pane. There we can control the versioning, as well as you have said commit to each member. See, whenever you open, you have to check in and check out over here. That part I have not covered. When you open, you have to check in, and when you leave, you have to check out any particular document. I think you're talking about that particular question. Second thing, okay, if the employee leaves the organization, then the administrator, if you talk about an administrator, they can assign the data to someone else. So let me give you an example. In our team, there was a lady who was into marketing. She left the organization. So what I did was certain data, I assigned it to a new user who's going to take charge in place of her. So I renamed the mailbox exchange server and I assigned the same Office 365 license to the new user. Likewise, the new person gets all the data, access to all the data, because it's a company's data. So all these things can be managed by that. Okay, if internet is not available, will not be able to share the data. Yes, users will not be able to share the data if they are working on SharePoint. How do we get the attention of particular web part, say newly added or every important new addition? Okay, how to get attention? That means you can put it at the top. That's the simplest answer I can give. Okay, in Teams, I'm going to talk about how do we work with SharePoint sites and document library. How do we manage? That is going to come tomorrow. So I'm going to take up that question tomorrow. Yes, Teams also has the similar feature, but Team offers different features to you, like chat, video call, audio recording, and all those things, which SharePoint does not offer. But yes, you can say that you can create teams also, and tomorrow I'm going to use the same team sites into Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to start from there. Yeah. Sharing data can be done on Teams as well. How SharePoint is different? Okay. See, let me give you a simplest example in Teams, and that may not be perfectly right, but Facebook and WhatsApp, these are the two different things. Yeah. Facebook, you can have groups, you can manage groups, but WhatsApp can be used for real-time communication. Now, I'm talking only one aspect of it. There could be several features. There are several features which Teams offers. Let's say I can create tab. I can manage 60% of my work in Microsoft Teams. I don't need Word, Excel, PowerPoint to be installed on my system. Teams is enough. Teams can be used for real-time communication, wherein SharePoint can be used as an internet website. And let me tell you, whatever documents that you share in Teams is ultimately gets stored in SharePoint only. Tomorrow I'm going to show this to you, that whatever document which is being shared on Teams is getting stored in SharePoint only. So this one question can be used by people who do not have Office 365. Yes and no. Generally, SharePoint is used by large organization. They maintain their on-premise server, so they can have SharePoint without Office 365. But SharePoint Online is a feature of Office 365. So friends, there are plenty of questions here which I may not be able to answer all the questions, but I think you have got most of the answers to your question. Yeah. So thank you very much, friends. And tomorrow what we are going to focus on is, tomorrow session is on Teams and Planner. So let me tell you what is it going to have. One, Planner is nothing but mini Microsoft project. You can manage project very well within the team and amongst the team members. And that Planner can be very well used inside of Microsoft Teams. Yeah. So tomorrow's session is going to talk about the collaboration between Planner and Teams with other applications that we have just now seen. But here, Teams has got several features, like you can do meeting, like I am doing a live webinar, which is Teams live events. All those features are going to be focused on tomorrow's session. Second thing, managing groups and all using Teams, that is also what we are going to look at in tomorrow's session. So friends, for today's session, that's it for now. Tomorrow we are going to start with Microsoft Teams and Planner. So thanks a ton, friends. See you all tomorrow with session on Teams and Planner. Thank you.